praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and to the Hophi elect Akim, the brethren out there pushing this truth faithfully, in sincerity. Shalom. Now, this is the book of Proverbs 15 and 6. In the house of the righteous is much treasure, but in the revenue of the wicked is trouble. So what we're going to examine is the first part of that verse. In the house of the righteous is much treasure. Now, when you look deeper into that verse, that's saying basically, the house is you, but in particular your mind. All right, in the mind of the righteous is much treasure. And what's the treasure? This word. Pursuing Isaiah 33rd chapter, the 6th verse, where it says, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. All right, this treasure is what you need to be filling up your house with. And your house is your mind. That's why Yahweh Shai said, I standing at the door and knock. If any man open, I will come in and sup with him. All right, if you open your door, all right, Yahweh Shai gonna come in. And Yahweh Shai is the treasures, because pursuing John the 1st chapter, Yahweh Shai is the word. So when you digest these scriptures and get the understanding of the word, you basically in good shape. Period. You're gonna endure, because mostly the guys who drop out of this truth, they don't fill their houses with treasures. All right, and why is that so important? Because when you fill your house with treasures, basically what that's saying, you're always engulfed in the scriptures. Your mind is always into the scriptures, whether it's reading, studying, or either breaking bread with another brother. So you always, it's like a propellant, so to speak, for other bullshit to creep in, which is demons. All right, when your house is filled with treasures, it ain't no room for demons to come in and dwell. Now I'm gonna jump to the book of Matthew, 12th chapter. And I'll start at 43. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places seeking rest and finding none. Yeah, so the unclean spirit, when it leave a man, he go out looking for somewhere else to enter. And that's talking about when a man really come into this truth, that unclean spirit leave him. Because when you first come in this truth, you be juiced up, you be, excited about it, you be enchanted. So the unclean spirits leave you because you return to the Lord. All right, and the Lord, when you return to the Lord, he basically he pardon you, give you a clean slate. All right, because you be on the road back to the Lord. But if you don't fill your house with these treasures, if you come into the truth and you don't grow, all right, you just standing around, you ain't growing, you ain't active, you ain't got no flavor, then what's gonna happen? That unclean spirit gonna come back. And what he's gonna find your house without any treasures in it. And reading on, the scripture gonna say that. Verse 44, then he said, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Yeah, so when that unclean spirit come back to his house, which is your mind, he find it swept out and empty. Why is it swept out and empty? Because you don't have it filled up with the treasures. All right? Pursuing what I read to start off the sitting, Proverbs 15 and 6. In the house of the righteous is much treasure. So right, when that wicked spirit come back to you, what it says, he findeth his house empty, swept, and garnished. All right, verse 45. Then goeth he, and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. Yeah, that represents completion. So a complete demon come back into you, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also into this wicked generation. wicked generation is now. That's why you got all these fallouts. They come in the truth, but they don't desire the sincere milk. They come in this truth, and instead of being sincere and studying and growing in this truth, they just come and bullshit around. And what happens, they become they don't be nourished. That's why when you see, if you watch Wildlife, all right, which a bunch of simple niggas don't watch stuff like that, but you know, to you brothers who in this truth, I know, you know, if you watch Wildlife, and you might see a pack of whether it's bison, cattle, all right, when the prey approaches, the prey look to destroy the weakest link. Usually they attack the calves, all right, the younger, you know, the younger of the flock. Why? Because they the weakest ones, and that's the same happening in this truth. You come in this truth, and you don't really desire the sincere milk. You don't get these scriptures to strengthen your faith, all right? Because you can say you got faith all day, but only way you really get faith is through the word. This is what heals you, the word, which is compared to his treasures, all right? So it said, when he come back, he found his house swept and clean. Why is that? Because you wasn't filling it with treasures. Alright, you wasn't filling it with the wisdom of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Alright, now this is Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 1, verse 16. To fear the Lord is fullness of wisdom, and filleth men with her fruits. She filleth all their house with things desirable, and the garners with her increase. Yeah, she filleth all her houses, all their houses, with things desirable. That's those treasures. Because when your house is filled, like I said, you ain't got can't nothing else come and dominate your mind process, your thought process. And hey, that's the one thing you can't give a pep talk to a guy about. All right, either you got a zeal for this truth or you don't. All right, you can't, you know, you can go out there and you can work out and get muscles, you know, or you can save money and get riches, you know, carnally. You know, you can do all sorts of things, you know, carnally to the best of your ability. But the one thing you can't do is you can't make yourself lock into these scriptures. You gotta desire that, the Most High. That's why Jeremiah 1st chapter tells you, I made you in the womb, all right? I preordained you. So it gotta be in you to be drawn to these scriptures, all right? You basically, like an animal, they know their mother, man. They can be blind when they first come out, but they know how to get to that nipple and suck the milk. So that's us. We know our mother. We know wisdom, all right? We're familiar with her, and we drawn to her. And that's how you gotta be when you come into this truth. If not, you're gonna open up the door. You're gonna your treasures. You know, basically your treasures. Even if you did the little treasures you got, you're gonna lose them. All right? Why? Because you're not working. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, 10 and 18. By much slothfulness, the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands, the house droppeth through. That's talking about your mind again. You know, through much slothfulness and through idleness of the hands, the house droppeth through. What that mean? It leaketh. Your house leaketh. And what's your house? Like we established, your mind. So when you get idle and you don't get into these scriptures, you don't fellowship, you forsake assembly. All right, hey, the scriptures tell you, you find a wise man be times at his door. All right, that means you got to pick his brain. So if you know wise men, you got to counsel with them. All right, even if you have to watch videos, whatever the case might be, you got to seek this knowledge sincerely. If not, you're gonna be considered one with idle hands. And what's gonna happen? Like the scriptures say, your house droppeth through. That means your house gonna leak. So the little knowledge you do got is gonna leak right out. So that's the reason you have a lot of dropouts. You get a lot of guys who fall out. Why? Because they really, first and foremost, they didn't desire the sincere milk, and they didn't fill their houses with treasures. And really, to simplify it, that means they are not part of the elect. And that means Yahweh Shai is not supping with them. Because the treasures, all right, is Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh Shai is the deliverer. That's why the scriptures say knowledge and wisdom should be the stability of your times. That knowledge and wisdom is actually talking about Yahweh Shai. Because Yahweh Shai is this word. So any guy who's not drawn to the word, all right, you need a pep talk to be drawn to the word. Guess what? You are not connected with Yahweh Shai. You are not part of the branch. So I hope you was edified with that. You know, to the brethren out there, you got to remember that you got to fill your houses with these treasures, and your house is your mind. All right. So until the next time, shalom.